Hello, I'd like to thank you all for coming. I know that you're all busy students, and I appreciate that you've taken the time to be here today. So, what do you think of when you hear the words climate change and global warming? If you're like most people, you think about warmer temperatures, floods, droughts, huge storms, and maybe polar bears. That's what I'm going to talk about today, the polar bear and the human threats to this beautiful, powerful, majestic animal. It's widely known that polar bears are now an endangered species. There are only about 26,000 polar bears in the world today, and it's believed that most of them will be gone by 2050 if nothing changes. There are several threats to polar bears, and all of them are due to climate change. The biggest threat is the loss of sea ice habitat. Climate change damages the sea ice that polar bears depend on for survival. Every summer the ice melts and it freezes again in winter, but rising ocean temperatures mean that the ice stays melted for longer periods each year, and when it does freeze, there's less and less of it. The disappearing ice has several negative effects. For example, it makes it difficult for polar bears to search for seals, their main source of food. Polar bears need to stand on ice to hunt for seals, so when there isn't enough ice, they become hungry and can even die from lack of food. A second threat is contact between humans and polar bears. When there is less sea ice, polar bears have to spend more time on land. This results in more contact with humans. When polar bears go near towns, people sometimes kill the bears to protect themselves. A third human threat to polar bears is industrial development, such as oil production and shipping. As the ice disappears, the ocean is growing. This means there may be more oil production in the Arctic, and the threat of oil spills could increase. Contact with oil will kill polar bears, and the oil business will bring more ships to the Arctic, which are dangerous to polar bears. However, there is good news. It may not be too late to save the polar bear. Here's what people are already doing. First, Arctic communities are trying to reduce contact between humans and polar bears. More lights in public places, electric fences, and warning plans when bears enter towns all help to protect polar bears from humans and humans from polar bears. Second, governments have made laws that prohibit or limit the amount of oil production in the Arctic. And environmental groups are also creating plans to make Arctic shipping safer. Third, and most importantly, people are trying to stop climate change, and you can too. If you want to help save polar bears, you should use less electricity and gas, tell government leaders your opinion about the issue of climate change, and get involved with organizations that are working to save polar bears. So, to summarize, the main threat to polar bears is loss of habitat due to climate change. Related threats are human contact and industrial development. If people don't make changes quickly, polar bears may disappear.